Cheryl, thank you for coming. Welcome to the Sacred Women's Healing Circle. We're really excited to hear about you and about what you do and what you're bringing to the community. So, whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Cheryl, and thanks for being here tonight and having me here. It's one of those days where I think we're glad it's not an in-person meeting with all that rain that we've got here in Philly. So Bianca and I were talking, and I brought up I've been a Mary Kay cosmetic and skincare beauty coach for 16 years. And it's a vehicle through which I've been able to sort of fulfill a lot of goals of mine in helping women feel important. And I'm not sure how it came up, but we were chit-chatting and she said, why don't I, come on and share a little bit. So I have a few slides. I'm not very techy or anything. Really just to kind of, I guess, share with you how I spread joy in my world and the world, and a little bit about our company. Have any of you ever heard of Mary Kay products before or tried them? Yeah, you guys can unmute yourselves.
Yeah, I have.
Who said that? Shell?
Alexa. Yeah.
Alexa. Hi, Alexa. Okay, cool. Awesome.
I am food.
What's that?
I've never heard of them, but from what I've heard, it's similar to Avon.
Yes and no. And I'll talk about that a little bit. And that's one of the things, we don't advertise on your standard media forms. So it's often common that people have not heard of us. I've been doing this for about 16 years, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I do it, and then a little bit about the company history and the products and all that. And in the 16 years that I've been a consultant, I have probably helped hundreds of women look in the mirror and smile. When you sample our products, because we're sold in person, we're not available in retail stores. So the only way to buy them is to know somebody like me, find a consultant online, order them that way, or you have the opportunity to sit face to face with a person like me and try the products that we figure out are probably right for your skin, color matching, all that kind of stuff. And when we sit at the table and you try all the products, and at the end your face feels soft, it's probably a little glowy, maybe very exfoliated or very clean feeling. Sometimes we'll play with color, and watching some women just look in the mirror, and for the first time in a long time, could be days, weeks, months, whatever, that they smile, and you can just tell that they feel good about themselves. Some women, they're like, yeah, I look good every day, whatever. That's great. But for the ones who don't always feel that way, I love that even if it's just for that hour that we're all together, that they feel good inside, because I think that carries through. I'm a firm believer of when you feel good about yourself, whether it's just a good hair day, face day, whatever, you like the outfit that you're in, you're happy about life. When we feel good, I know me, and I feel like other people will walk with our head held a little higher, smile at strangers, maybe have eye contact with people, and just sort of share some of that feel goodness, that joy. And so my goal is to help women feel that way, so that they then sort of share a little bit of that. If she feels great and goes home and takes that joy home to her family, then hopefully it's a good day for the family or the partner, or it's a good day at work, and so on. Where she smiles at the cashier at Starbucks, or somewhere. Starbucks is always my go-to example because I go there every day, just so you know. And it's my way of trying to make the world a better place and just spreading joy. Me as a person, I thrive on that. I thrive on the positive energy, just going anywhere I go and smiling and saying hello to a stranger or whatever. It sometimes feels kind of corny, but it's what I do. And when my kids were young, they'd say, "Mom, why are you talking to that stranger?" Like I told them, and I'm like, "Shh, it's okay. It's a nice stranger." And it's just how I am. I'm the dork that makes friends at the grocery store over broccoli and stuff. So, and my family's used to it at this point. Um, anyway, this business is a vehicle through which I can do that. And part of the reason I chose Mary Kay and have continued to stick with it, and I didn't know that that was my thing. When I started my business back then, I was home with 3 kids, and just a way to get out of the house, a way to make some extra money, have some fun, and get my skincare products and my makeup at half price, which was is always a plus. But as I've come to kind of know me better and realize that really is all of that I just talked about is really what keeps me ticking and going. I realize that this company and this job that I have is a great way to do that. And so, just to give you a little bit of info about Mary Kay, and while I had great organized notes, I'm looking, here we go, slide 1. I am going to try to share my screen real quick and share. There we go. All right, can you guys see my PowerPoint? Yes, good. Thank you, Shell. Okay. So just a couple of visuals, just because it's nothing crazy. I don't want you to feel like you're in school. Anyway, this company has been around for 60 years, and it's actually this year is our 60th. And it was founded by a woman, Mary Kay Ash. She was real, who had already worked in the workforce and had raised her kids as a single mom. And she was working in a man's world. It was in the middle 60s. And just all the stereotypical things about the corporate ladder and the glass ceiling, and not being able to advance or be recognized the way she should have been, because she was a woman, and the men got all the credit for things. When she started the company, she was looking for a way to enrich women's lives, help them break out of that stereotypical career kind of platform, and give them a chance to create an income for themselves, some stability for themselves. And at this point, I think we have about 3 million consultants like me all over the world in almost 40 countries, which is really cool. Big ones, little ones, some of them I had never heard of before. It's pretty amazing. And so collectively, there's a lot of women out there spreading a lot of joy, hopefully, and helping other women smile in the mirror, which I think is great. But we also have a corporate culture that was doing a lot of things before it was cool to do them. Like now, I think a lot of companies talk about, they don't test on animals. They have recycling products. They, all this stuff. And we've just been quietly kind of doing this for a long time. Just a couple quick examples. We've planted actually over 1 million trees at this point from when this graphic was printed. Yeah, we had a huge recycling. A lot of our compacts, I should have had one to show you. Our compacts are customizable, so they're sustainable in the sense that you get the container and then you fill it with the colors that you want. So you're not wasteful in buying some, set of eyeshadows because you really like the highlight color or the crease color, and you can pop them in and out, and it saves on a lot of packaging with the compacts and stuff. Our packing peanuts have been biodegradable probably for close to 20 years because they were already biodegradable when I came in. They're made from potato and cornstarch. So you can melt them in the sink or just throw them in the trash and know that when they get wet, they'll dissolve. I always tell moms it's a fun little like science experiment for the kids. Spray the water and let it go. The company has zero landfill goal and mission at the different headquarters and the different distribution centers, where it's like 90% of what gets used stays out of landfills. It gets recycled, reused, redistributed, whatever. And I think it's been about 4 years now, maybe 5. They built a new state-of-the-art what do you call it, R&D building, research and development building in Texas, that is all powered on green energy. So just a couple little things there that, we've been doing a lot of this stuff for a long time. And we don't test on animals. There are a few countries that still require some products to be tested. We don't perform any tests ourselves. In fact, we've got global leaders in China from Mary Kay Corporate over there who are working with the lawmakers and people in China to get them totally off of like the animal testing routine that they've had going for a long time. Some of the other big cosmetic companies have just pulled out and not sold in China. And we have hung in there. And instead of, allowing their practices to continue, we're trying to help them see and find a better way and make changes. Just real quick with this slide, empowering women and enriching lives is our biggest goal. Something else that we have is Mary Kay Ash Foundation that has, over the last 20 some years, we've donated 61 million to fight domestic violence. And there's all kinds of programs. There's a texting app called Don't Look Away, and you text "love is" to a number, and yay, I get a little hand claps. And they do a lot of education and stuff about just abuse, especially with young women, like women under the age of, I think it's even under the age of 20, but I'm not sure exactly where the number is, that, 1 in 3 can be a victim of some kind of emotional or verbal abuse from a good friend or a partner. And so we've really done a lot. There's a lot of different programs across the country that they give grants to every year. And the foundation's also supports research for cancers that affect women. And over the last 2 decades, we've given over 20 million to cancer research to help that. So just, those are like little known facts, and I love seeing the smiles. Thank you. I almost sound like I'm, throwing out so much stuff because I get excited about it because, if you go on to other cosmetic sites, and occasionally, I don't often try other products. Occasionally, if my daughter brings something home, I'll see just to compare. But I'll go to, Fenty or MAC or, different websites that companies, cosmetic companies and stuff. And a lot of times I find that their social responsibility type posts and everything are always first, and they blast that. And it almost seems like that's more important to them than the quality of their products. And at Mary Kay, I think we have a nice balance, and we don't self-promote a whole lot in either realm, that the social impact or the products. You'll occasionally see things on Good Morning America or some shows like that. They might do like a freebie. Allure magazine, which just left print magazines and is now only online, always has beauty editor picks, and we've often had products in that. The rest of how we get the word out about our company and how good our products are is through word of mouth, which is the other reason I'm here sharing with you. This one here, just real quick, we have skincare for older women, young girls, people in between. We've got a natural line, we've got an acne fighters line, a botanical line, and Some of them, really take advantage of nature and they're more organic. Some are a really nice combination of, plant-derived products as well as the best that science can create in, age fighting and just to help women age gracefully. And so I wouldn't, I wouldn't be selling it if I didn't love the products. And we stand behind everything. So what's always really nice is everything's always guaranteed. If we try something and it's not quite the right formula, it's always my job to check in with the person and swap it out for something different or give them a refund if they're just not happy. So it's really great in that sense. We even have a few different product apps. One of the really cool ones is the Mary Kay Skin Analyzer app, and it's available for Android and iPhone. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. And what it does is you take a selfie and then all of a sudden you get this like scary picture of lines and things that it shows you, like what's deep down in your skin. And it'll recommend products and you can text it to me and say, okay, this is what it's showing me. And you'll see like rings, and it's almost like a skin x-ray, I guess, so to speak. It's kind of cool. And lastly, just to leave you with this, don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. I just think it's important to believe in yourself and stay positive, smile. Bianca knows even in the drippy, wet, hot yoga sweat, I'll giggle and laugh sometimes. And I just think it's important. So thank you. Thank you, girls, for having me. And if you have questions, I'm going to hang on here with you guys for a few minutes. I have a 6 a.m. class I have to teach in the morning. So I'm not going to hang out with you for the rest, a lot of this afterwards, but definitely throw some questions at me. I'm going to unshare. Forgot I had that power. And B, take me off, put it on like group because I hate being spotlighted.
Thank you, Cheryl.